What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Asante. If you're new, welcome. I know I've been gone for a minute, but I'm back now. That was so corny. Oh my god, Malik is going to laugh at me. I'm not gonna take that out though. But yeah, so I'm back. I know it's been a while since I filmed a video. I've been busy with work and school, but I talk a little bit about that in this video, so I'm not gonna like elaborate on that because I don't want this intro to be 50 million years long. I just did like a simple get ready with me type of chit chat video. I haven't sat down and chit chatted in a while. It's always kind of therapeutic to like talk to the camera. I'm going to my uncle's birthday dinner. We're going to P.F. Chang's. So I thought I would sit down and kind of film the process of me getting ready. It's a really simple look. I didn't really do a whole lot. I did do a wing liner. I haven't done a wing liner in a really long time, so I guess that's like the dramatic portion of this video. However, I don't film it because it's a struggle doing a wing liner. Wing liner is a struggle game. So I didn't film me actually doing the wing liner. I just came back and it was there. So yeah, I do talk about all the products that I use and stuff. It's really simple, not a lot of products. So yeah, if you're interested, then you know, just stay tuned. But before you go, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I will be filming on a regular basis and I would love to see more of you here on my channel. So without further ado, let's just get started. Okay, so I already did my brows off camera and I just used the MAC Fluid Line Brow Gel Cream. I think I've used this in like 2 previous videos before. It's just what I use. I'm almost out of it. So I wasn't gonna get any new brow products until I finish this pot. So I'm almost out. I don't know what brow product I would get next. I saw the new Hourglass brow products, so I'm thinking about getting those. I don't know, we'll see. I haven't seen that many reviews on them, so I don't know how people like them really, but we'll see. I know I haven't sat down to film a video in what feels like forever. I don't know, it was just kind of hard with school and with work and everything. I'm off work on the weekends, but like that's when I do my school work and stuff, so it was just a little bit difficult to find time to sit down and film a video and all that stuff. But I am going to try and find a filming schedule that kind of works for me so that I can film more frequently. I think my last video was up like, I think I filmed my last video like 2 months ago, so it's been a really long time. But I'm gonna get better at trying to find a set filming schedule. I'm gonna go in with my MAC Strobe Cream. I use this when I use the Fenty foundation, just because the Fenty foundation is kind of matte. So I typically will try and use something that's more hydrating when I apply the Fenty foundation. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm gonna go with my Fenty Beauty foundation. This is the Pro Filter foundation and I am in the shade 440. Like I was saying, I want to try the NARS, the new NARS foundation that they just came out. This looks really yellow on camera. I never noticed how yellow this foundation looks on camera. I promise it matches. it looks very yellow. I didn't even realize how yellow it looked on camera before, but I think it's really just the lighting that I use that makes it look like that, because in person this is probably one of the best foundations I have that matches me. So I think it's just the lighting. I promise I'm not walking around wearing foundation that doesn't match my neck. I used to. When I first started wearing foundation, oh my god, the dark ages. When I first started wearing makeup, and I would get my makeup from like the drugstore and stuff, and back then, like I'm so old, but you know, like recently brands have just started like recognizing that, you know, girls my complexion wear makeup. So it was so hard to find my shade in things like the L'Oreal True Match or the Maybelline Fit Me and those like popular foundations. I never had a shade. Either they were like, the undertones were off, or they were just too light, so I could never wear them. But I didn't know anything about undertones when I first started wearing makeup, so I would just slap stuff on my face and think it looked fine, and it didn't. And no one told me, because no one really knew in high school. Like, high school for me isn't like high school like it is now, where like you have YouTube now, so you have no excuse to look busted. In high school, YouTube wasn't that big, so you know, people were just walking around looking busted all the time. And no one could say anything because we didn't know any better. But now I just feel like there's no excuse for you to look crazy, because there's so many more resources than there was when I was in school. I sound so old when I was in school, but no, seriously. So now I am going to highlight and contour with my Match Sitx. This is Cocoa and Espresso. Contour. I don't contour my forehead so much because my forehead isn't really big, but I will contour my jawline and all of that. And I don't really contour my nose just because I can't be bothered. Go in and blend out. This is the wrong brush, but I'm gonna use it. I've never used this to blend out contour before, but since I grabbed it, I'm gonna use it. I recently just started a new skincare regimen, and I'm gonna talk more about it as I've been doing it for a little longer. It's only been 2 weeks since I started it, so I'm not gonna talk about it until a month has passed. And I'm gonna like talk about where I got the regimen from. I didn't go to the dermatologist to get this regimen, but I'm kind of spoiling it. I'm gonna talk about it at the end of this month, because that's when I feel like I'll start to see changes, hopefully. And if I don't see changes, I'm still gonna talk about it, but hopefully I will start seeing changes by the end of this month, and I will sit down and film a video all about what I've been doing with my skincare and what's changed and my acne journey thus far, because I've taken pictures. So hopefully by the end of this month, I'll be able to have like at least a before and after picture to show you guys based on the things that I've been using. I'm really excited about it. Hopefully it works. I don't know if you guys can see, I think you can, but I do have a spot right here and right here that is like, it's gonna peel, so that's why it's like dark like that. So that's what happens to my skin. Like when I pick a bump, and I know that I shouldn't, but I do it all the time. When I pick bumps, I scar really easily, and it's just a vicious cycle, and I need to stop, but it is so hard to not pick. But I've contributed a lot of scarring to my face from the fact that I pick my bumps. So I'm gonna try not to do that. I'm gonna try not to do that. I have something that I bought that's supposed to help fade acne scarring. So at the end of this month, I'll talk about that as well and see if I see any difference. My goal with my skin is this summer is to be able to not wear makeup. Because I mean, I like wearing makeup, but for a long time I wore makeup to cover up my bumps and my acne scarring because I was ashamed of how my skin looked and I was ashamed of how my face looked. So I would wear makeup for that sole purpose, and I would not feel pretty without it. And I remember one day when I was at school, I didn't like wear makeup to one of my math classes, and it was a rough morning. I was having a rough day, and I didn't wear makeup to one of my math classes, and one of my friends told my boyfriend, he like asked him, had he seen what I looked like and would he still like me without the makeup, basically implying that I was really ugly without makeup and all of this stuff. And that really like hurt my feelings, and it was just like, oh wow, like am I like really ugly without makeup? But granted, in high school, I never wore makeup because I wasn't allowed. And in high school, I think that was when I had the worst acne in my entire life. And like guys would still like me in high school and all that stuff, and I never wore makeup, so I don't know if it was just him or, but I don't know, that just, because I've never been called ugly before, and I'm not even trying to sound conceited about it. Like, I've never been called ugly before by anybody, so basically implying that I was ugly without makeup, like that really hurt my feelings. But I had to take a step back and realize what kind of man he was, or what kind of guy he was. And he's one of those guys who like loves Instagram models and, you know, has unrealistic expectations of how women should look and all of that stuff. So I had to like reevaluate, do I really care about this person's opinion? And I do not. So, you know, it hurt me at the time, but now looking back on it, it doesn't hurt my feelings anymore. That's his opinion, I don't care. So, you know, all of that. But back then, it really hurt my feelings. So yeah, but other than that, kind of like that whole situation that happened, I did go through a period where I was just wearing makeup every day because I didn't want anyone to see how my skin looked. So then once I realized I was doing that, I went through a phase where I stopped wearing makeup, and you know, was just like, okay, I don't care about what these people think of me at this school, I don't care. So I stopped wearing makeup to class and all that stuff, and now I wear makeup to class, or I don't wear makeup to class. It just depends on if I wake up in the morning and I'm like, oh, I'll put makeup on, oh, I'm not doing that. It depends, but I'm comfortable enough to not wear makeup. Like, I don't wear makeup to work. I know women who wear makeup to the gym. There's no point in doing that. I don't wear makeup just to go down the street. You know, I had to be able to be comfortable enough with myself to not wear makeup. And yes, having acne and acne scarring really does bother me. And you know, sometimes I do feel ashamed and really insecure about it. And I would love to fix it. I would love to have clear skin. I would love to fade my acne scars. So I'm hoping that the stuff that I'm using now is going to really help me do that. Because I would love to not wear makeup ever again, unless I wanted to. I would love to not have to use makeup as like a shield so that people don't see my skin imperfections and all that stuff. So that's my goal for the summer with my skincare routine. That's my goal. So I will keep you guys posted, and I will do skincare videos and all that stuff. Alright, so now I'm going to set my face with the YSL Souffle Declat powder. This is in the shade number 4. And when I first used this powder, I thought I wasn't gonna like it. Just because I thought that the undertone of the powder was really weird. So I thought I wasn't going to like it. But I do like it. I like it a lot. I'm using the what's it called? The powder everyone has. I don't even know why I'm saying what's it called. I have it. Using the Mercier, the translucent in medium deep for, can you guys see that? Anyway, focus, hello. I was using this powder for the longest, and I don't like this one. I just feel like it's not as finely milled as the original Mercier powder, because I used to use that one. And I just feel like it's not as finely milled, and it just gets chunky and it gets really dry under the eyes. So I don't like it, and I was looking for a new powder. I have pressed powders as well. Like I have the MAC Pro Long One and the MAC Studio Fix, but I feel like the Studio Fix adds, I feel like the Studio Fix can add texture sometimes. So it's kind of like a catch-22. It's a nice flawless powder, but sometimes it adds texture. So I am happy that I switched to this and I tried this because I really, really do love this powder. I'm probably still gonna use this because I freaking paid for it. So it would be a waste not to use this. I'm probably just gonna use this to set all over my face as opposed to setting under my eyes. I think that would work better for this powder as opposed to going under eyes with it and trying to bake, just because it's not as finely milled as this one. So this one is a hefty price point though. If you like this, use it. I just have problems with it, but I do like this for under the eyes. I need something new to watch on Netflix. I finished Grace and Frankie, which is my guilty pleasure. If anyone watches Grace and Frankie, then you know why. Yeah, I finished Grace and Frankie. What else did I finish? I finished Dark, which was amazing. It blew my mind. I loved Dark. It was so good. I cannot wait until season 2 comes out. Mom, I know you're gonna watch this, and I've been meaning to tell you to watch Dark. Watch Dark. It's good. The first 2 episodes, they're going to annoy you because it's a lot of like teenage stuff. However, stick with it. It's a really good show. I think you're really gonna like it. I loved Dark. Very excited for Black Panther. That comes out next week. Next week? Yeah, next week. I'm very, very excited about Black Panther. I can't wait to see it. Like the early reviews have been superb for the movie, so I can't wait to be freaking blown away. I'm not really a fan of Michael B. Jordan, but whatever. I heard his performance was noteworthy, so I'm not gonna get into why I'm not a fan, but I'm not a fan. I used to be, not anymore though. So I'm just doing blush, and I'm using, I don't even know what this blush is. I stole it from my mom. She doesn't even know it's gone. I took this like 2 years ago. Next blush I'm going to use, blush slash highlight, is the Fenty Beauty Kilowatt in Moscow, in Ginger Binge in Moscow Mule. Hey, sorry about that. My internal battery got a little overheated, so I'm gonna try and speed this up. As you can see, I did a wing liner, and I did that off camera because doing wing liner is just a struggle for me. I use the Kat Von D, the tattoo liquid liner. I need to get new liquid liners, to be honest, or like cream pot liners. I want to try the Inglot one. I heard that one's really good. So yeah, like I just did a quick little wing. I'm gonna throw on some mascara, and then the last part will be the lip, and I will come back and change. I forgot to tell you guys where I was going. I'm going to my uncle's birthday dinner. We're going to P.F. Chang's. Funny fact about my uncle, he's like a very simple eater. So we'll see how this P.F. Chang's goes. My uncle's like a chicken fingers burger type of guy. So he's very simple, very easy to please. So we'll see how it goes at P.F. Chang's. I'm gonna use the Voluminous Lash Paradise from Maybelline, and this is the waterproof one. I don't really like the waterproof one because it's waterproof. It's really hard to get off. But I have oil cleanser, so I'm just gonna use that to try and take this off later. Mascara. So crazy how quick this battery goes. It was on 91 when I started. It's on 67 now. I got a new camera, by the way. I got the Sony a5100. That's what I'm filming with right now. So I'm gonna go in with this Kiel's lip balm with a lot of and now I'm gonna go on with my Fenty Gloss Balm in the shade Fenty Glow. I don't have any other lip products from her. I did want to try Stunna, but I was seeing that on like darker complexions, it was like looking a little like orangey red, and I don't really like that. So it kind of deterred me from getting it. But I saw Laomi use it, who does a lot of the Fenty campaigns. I saw Laomi use it and she looked really nice in it. It didn't look fiery like red on her. I don't know if it's just like the lighting people are using when they're using her lip colors, but I don't know. It just kind of, I was a little scared to buy it. So makeup is done. Well, I'm gonna do close-ups when I change, so I will be back.